Hello! Welcome back to the Gubba Homestead. I'm Gubba, and today I'm going to be taking you through my food storage and showing you 5 items that make food storage easy and you definitely want to have in yours. I have given you guys a tour before and I continue to build in here because, as you know, food storage is a continued thing. You continue to replenish what you have and then build on to what you have. So the first item that you absolutely need in your food storage, which is so important, it makes your food storage life so easy, is
5-gallon buckets, and have a lot on hand.
5-gallon buckets come in handy for the versatility that you can use for food storage. I love having them on hand. And another thing that I like to have on hand for my 5-gallon buckets is a variety of lids.
This is just an average lid that you'd pop onto a 5-gallon bucket. Nothing special about this, but gamma lids are something that you will want to have in your food storage. So say you store rice in here, you wouldn't because this is dirty. You always clean them out before you use them. But say you had rice or sugar in here, it's so easy to access what you have in here because this is a spin top. So you put this part around and then you just put this back on and spin.
And that gives you easy access to your foods. I have a whole video about how to use gamma lids. I use them in my pantry for sugar and rice. And I love it because whenever I need sugar, I just go over there, unscrew the lid, scoop up some sugar, and I'm good to go. Screw it back on, and it gives it a good seal to keep your foods safe from bugs and other elements that can make your food go bad. Speaking of lids, the next thing on my list is
having a surplus of actual canning lids in your food storage. So I have wide mouth and I also have regular mouth. You want to have these, especially if you're canning and you want to put up a lot of food. I use them for jams. I use them for broths. I also had canned meat here that I used all of it.
Because we know that there was a shortage of these during the COVID days and the prices shot up insane. So whenever I see these for a good price, I buy a few. I have such a good stock right now that I'm working through for my canning and other things that I'm doing. But these are a necessity, especially if you are putting up and preserving food on your own. I would stock up on these if I was you, but that's just me. But in order to use the lid, you need
the jars. So I also get these jars from Walmart. Walmart has a good price during canning season, which is late spring into summer. So I will get a variety of sizes. I got some pints, I got some quarts.
My next item that goes along with canning is canning additives. So I have the Sure-Gel pectin, which I will need to use for jams. And then I know there's ascorbic acid that I use for tomatoes and canning potatoes, because you use the ascorbic acid for potatoes, for example, to reduce discoloring.
I know I'm going to be canning a lot of jam, so I have a lot of pectin right here. This is Pomona's pectin. I have more pectin over here. A variety of pectin too, I believe. Let's see, what kind is this? Yep, freezer pectin.
These additions come in handy for your food storage, like having the ascorbic acid for your potatoes, the pectin for your jams, and also something like having pickling lime that you can use to water glass eggs. That is another method to preserve eggs for a long period of time if you have a bounty. So make sure to have those things on hand. So say you get a bounty and a lot of fruit or meat, or not meat, but vegetables and stuff that require those things, you are ready to go and preserve that food. Do you see how having a variety of storage methods really just opens up how you can build out your food storage? Next,
MYLAR bags and oxygen absorbers. So I have a variety of MYLAR bags. So I have the quart, I have gallon, I have my 5-gallon MYLAR bags, which are actually inside of these buckets filled with wheat berries.
They are absolutely so easy to use. It may seem daunting at first, but anybody can use Mylar bags, and I feel like they are a great start to food storage. These oxygen absorbers go in with the food inside of the Mylar bag, and then you seal the Mylar bag, and then the food lasts up to 30 years, depending what you put in there. And there's different oxygen absorber CCs that you use for different sizes of Mylar bags. And it's really simple. I love Mylar bags. They are one of my favorite ways of storing food. Obviously, those are all filled with wheat berries back there. Last on my list, but absolutely not least, and probably the most important and applicable to everyone in their food storage, is a handheld, no electricity required can opener. Have you guys ever thought about how you're gonna open up all of your cans, which is probably the most common thing that people start with their food storage, in an emergency situation? I know that my parents for a long time just had an electric can opener, and I was like, hey, what are you gonna do in a situation when the power's out? How are you gonna be opening up your cans? A non-electric required can opener. Go get one of these today if you do not have it, and make sure to start your food storage. I would be extremely sad in an emergency situation if I didn't have just that simple tool, because a lot of the bulk of my food storage is in these cans right here. Canned vegetables, canned fruit, canned, tomatoes, everything that I have and started bulking up on. How am I gonna open that up? And that also goes with my number 10 cans in my emergency long-term food storage. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you. I appreciate your time. And I hope that I'm helping you and inspiring you to build a food storage. I am so adamant about it, and I think everybody should have a food storage, and you should start today. So don't do anything you got to do, and have an amazing day. Bye!